KD and Draymond went ahead and made this shit official with their uh newfound BFF them, you know, so to speak. You feel me? We know they have been made up since they should I say cussed each other out? Should I just say Draymond cursed him out?
They just got through winning gold together.
Yeah, they didn't one goal together. They've been all on the bus. You know what I'm saying? Talking they talk and walking around, calling everybody out that was doubting them and shit like that. So they down with each other now. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. And in this interview, they touched on some of the things that we were wondering about. But I know they've had these discussions already. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like we got something raw. This the first time they saw each other in a long time. They be
Right.
just hashing this shit out. Kind of like what we saw with Magic and Isaiah.
Right.
That shit seemed like when Magic and Isaiah sat down for that talk, it seemed like, damn, this might be the first time these boys have linked up since they fell out.
Yeah.
Cause Zeke started crying in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Zeke started crying. They got the hugging and shit. That shit was crazy. And so it wasn't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But they did touch on some of the topics. They touched on their fight. And what stood out to me, T, was that they sitting up here acting like them that Draymond calling this man a bitch wasn't no big deal. Not only calling him a bitch, saying you been a bitch. That means that's how this man felt, bro.
Right.
But
Right.
them acting like that wasn't shit, and really what was the problem was Steve Kerr and Bob Myers. What the fuck? They also touched on KD and his burner account.
Okay.
Draymond pointed out how he likes how KD then transitioned just to using his regular account to say what he got to say.
Right.
I don't like the burner shit. Uh, I like what KD does now. I don't do no disrespect. If motherfuckers say something, talk your talk, KD.
Right.
But the burner shit, that was crazy. Uh, and just before I throw it to you, T, just
No, just go and say what you got to say about the interview, cause I see it's in your spirit.
it's
Something
just
rubbed you
crazy.
wrong. Something rubbed you wrong.
It's just crazy to me how cats across the landscape now.
Play nice. They playing nice.
Not only not just that,
Mm.
just how I think we give these boys credit too much now for speaking their minds. We act like, oh, these athletes of today are just so courageous that they talk, they speak their mind way more than the athletes of the past. No, I,
Mm.
I think those athletes of the past just took those bullets for these guys to be able to do this. Like these boys, we wasn't finna hear KD is whose level at that time. Uh, we wasn't finna hear Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing, Michael Jordan in the 90s on no damn interview, just talking like they being themselves. Cause we now see that Michael Jordan crazy as hell.
He is crazy.
Okay. But in them interviews, they weren't gonna do that. They
Right.
didn't have that leeway to do that shit. These boys now, back then, Charles Barkley was the only one talking like this.
Yep.
Charles Barkley, maybe some other guy. That boy Bernie Maxwell seemed crazy as a motherfucker.
He was crazy. He
We
was
heard a
crazy.
few things about it. But you had to be a bad boy to be in your interviews and just be really raw. And it wasn't just on Draymond's podcast. Whether I'm watching all the smoke, whether I'm watching Knuckleheads, whether you on social media, these boys just be letting it fly. You know what I'm saying? And it just started to me and just made me think, man, these boys comfortable. I was just thinking about all the athletes that came before him, like AI.
Mm-hmm.
It was controversial with him having braids and tattoos or cursing on a rap song. These boys just say whatever the fuck they want. That boy got crucified for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Draymond openly bragging on the show about uh, uh telling the GM Either I'ma laugh in your face or I'ma cuss your ass the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He said that.
That's type of shit. Like
Ain't going back then.
that shit wasn't going back then, bro. And it is not because them boys back then was some pussies. It just was different.
Yeah.
And it took the Charles Barkleys and then the AIs and them guys who just decided, man, fuck it, I'm gonna be myself regardless. Fuck what y'all talking about. For these guys now to just be like, we gonna say whatever the fuck we want to say type of shit, and we anti GM, we anti the coach. They fucked up the Golden State Warriors. It wasn't us. We would have fixed it. It's them. It's just like, bro, this shit crazy now. This, if you can hoop, your ass better grind your ass out. The money that's out here, the freedom these boys got to talk they talk, and still get in rooms. They saying all this shit, and KD still can go get with these tech companies and do what he do. Brun do what he do. Draymond gonna do whatever he do. These boys talking hella shit, and they still in them rooms. Them boys back in the Gap T, they would have got dropped.
Yep.
Man, if you a youngin out there, your ass tall, you can hoop. You better goddamn be grinding.
I don't know if they got dropped behind that particular incident, but
I'm talking about like how they talking in the interview.
Oh yeah, we talking about, well.
That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about cussing each other out on the court.
Probably so.
I'm talking about the way they talking in the fucking interview.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so.
It's just crazy. It's a different world for these hoopers, man. You know what I'm saying? They got more freedom than ever.
I wanna give KD a shout out for just helping Draymond elevate his next career.
Yeah, that way he going.
Because that's really what it is.
And you know what? And I will say this about Draymond. If Draymond was in that era back then when we were kids, I think Draymond would have been like Chuck. He would have just been speaking his damn mind anyway.
Oh,
Draymond, that's just who Draymond is. Draymond is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I totally agree with that. I'm pretty sure he would have a lot more to say.
KD would.
KD, no. But you know what though? When you got a guy that's sitting in the room that's considered 1, 2, or 3 on lists, we ain't gonna talk about them lists, but you know them lists. It's just one of them things where people want to see what's going on. Immediately when I saw the clip on Bleacher Report, it was like, okay, I gotta watch it, and I did. 20-some minute interview. KD put a lot out there. They talked about the whole, Draymond KD beef. But you know what though? At the end of the day, it's all just money. KD got an opportunity to just speak his mind, kind of express what he felt, what he thought when he left Golden State or when he came to Golden State, or just that whole time at Golden State. You got a piece of that. Draymond, reports say he was the guy that was in the room with KD getting him there. Draymond talking about the situation with against the Clippers, the game, and the cussing out and all that. I mean, all that's going on. So we're just at a point now where I think I saw KD and Draymond being just very nice to each other and talking about what is bothering them and getting it out in the intervention space and just saying what they felt was wrong with a certain situation or what they felt was right. And then Draymond had some really good questions, just talking to him about, basketball growing up, the coaches that influenced them, why did he go to Texas, just all that stuff. That was great. That was really good stuff. That's stuff that I didn't know. But at the end of the day, though, we all know what the smoke was really about. It was about their time in Golden State and what that effect was. So, truthfully, that's just where we at. We just at these guys are trying to build their brand going forward. Draymond, no, he ain't got long. Draymond ain't gonna be in my league in 40. So he got to go on and start establishing other avenues, and he got TNT stuff going. He got the interview stuff going. So he's being smart. And KD knows he could probably play till he's 40 because he just wet. He just agua. He just Kentwood. Aquafina, Dasani, you name it. He just
Have
do
you
that.
seen the interview yet where somebody pulled out of KD? What about OKC made you leave there? I
They
know
ain't
he
gonna ask.
says I need a bigger challenge and it was time, but I
They
know I want to
ain't
know
gonna ask him.
what about that team made you say I got to go? Because you got some of these folks out here keep saying it's because he said he couldn't play with Russell Westbrook.
No,
I haven't heard him say that,
nope. He and he
and I
and
don't know if I ever will.
he probably won't need to. He probably don't need to say that because Russ come from some stuff. So I don't think there's no sense in him even saying that. And I think KD is smartly taking the high road, knowing that okay, look, I make $40 million a year plus. Um, I play in Brooklyn. Everybody gonna come play for me on the minimum contracts and whatever. I mean, what does KD really have that's really gonna be like a drawdown to what he's trying to do? These two guys just basically interviewed each other to basically just hash out old stuff, talk about new prospects, give KD some shine, and Draymond gets the opportunity to probably host inside the NBA with on TNT with, let's just say, Ernie, Dwayne, and Candace or something. I mean, that's just where we at.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. That motherfucker was gonna click on that because
Yeah,
you thought you were gonna get.
that's what they
We
gave
we
us.
we had to watch the cover it, but a lot of motherfuckers thought, oh, we finna get the real about what happened.
They gave
You
us the
ain't, you
Bob
ain't, you
Myers
ain't,
thing and all that.
yeah, you ain't get the real about what happened. Them motherfuckers going off on each other in that bitch,
Yep,
and
they
they can
did.
say, and I've seen KD on other podcasts say that did bother him. The whole what Draymond did and shit like that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Now I will say this now, and that's why I said on another segment we were talking about Steph and where I rank Steph and all that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
What KD said kind of spoke to Steph's leadership style. KD said in the last dance when Scotty fucked up by not going in the game, shit, the team told his ass, hey, you fucked up. And he
Mm-hmm.
said that's not what happened there. But what KD left out, it was the team that did that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't Phil Jackson and Jared Krause. It was the fucking team, Bill Cartwright and all the other boys saying something. So that made me think, shit, where the fuck was Steph? What did Steph say when they got in the locker room? Did Steph address, I guess you go to Draymond, he's the one that y'all built this shit with.
You probably say a whole lot.
Does Steph and Clay go to Draymond and say, hey, man, come down? Because on court, in real time, you saw Boogie Cousins being the one taking Draymond away.
He did.
Boogie Cousins. Not
Boogie, man.
Steph or Clay, Boogie Cousins.
Yep, he did.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know if we ever gonna get the real on that. Maybe we get a beat writer release a
Nah,
book. Maybe we get a beat writer T that's gonna release
nah,
they version of the Jordan rules and tell us what the fuck really was going on or something, man. Because we ain't got the
nah,
real yet.
nah.
We
We
ain't
we
got the
ain't-
real yet.
not yet. Close,
I
but not yet.
I know one of them ships they won. I think that was David West. After they won the ship, and Cub was kind of like, y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't kind of like alluding to like it was some shit up in their locker room.
Right, right. Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit, it looked like I think y'all just 4-1, Brun and them. So
Yeah,
you would think, man, these boys rolling.
yeah.
But once again, these winning teams have a lot of tension on it, man. And I want the real. I didn't get the real from the KD Draymond interview. I want the real about what the fuck went on in those brief years. KD, Steph, Clay, and Draymond. I want to know what the fucking real was when the beat writers
Okay.
y'all get on that shit. Put it on something. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit Statement Tees, LLC.com and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.